again. I was recording yesterday, but I told you that I didn't remember what I asked the spirit about, and I am not sure that I get an answer from about my question because it can be for another time. It may be not for me to know, but I'm going to pondering about it in this episode, and then I apologize for you that download my episode yesterday because it's go wrong when I upload it. I find out after I have uploaded that I had taken an old episode and upload it because it had almost the same name, so it was only numbers I placed because I felt like a spirit is already here. I felt like I think the spirit is saying that I told you that it was only numbers that was different. It was the same name of the episode, but it was different name and numbers, and I didn't know that, but I think the spirit that is here now was telling me that, and but I go wrong. Of course, I had 2 episodes to choose from, and you know that's often that you have only 2 options and you take wrong option. And I did that, but I find out it very quick. But some of you have you have automatic is download for you. So I hope that you download the episode I changed last time yesterday, Sunday, and today is Monday, and I'm late in my recording because I am very happy because 2 men come into my home. I rent my apartment, so it's not me sometimes that have the control, and you know I have told you I don't have any control, and so they wanted to see the ventilation of this apartment, so they were here around and they find out, they say that they are going to repair the ventilation because it's so very bad. The ventilation is old. So it was what I was thinking it was, because sometimes I coughing because it's so dry here and it's very much dust. Not only that I do dust, but it's very quick dust that is not coming from me, it's coming from the walls. So I was late, and now, because I can feel the spirit is already here, they are in my apartment, but they are not on me. He touched me, so I feel the spirit touch me, and nowadays is it not so much that I see them. Sometimes I see them and sometimes I only feel them, because we are coming so close now, so I don't need to see them. I know they are here, and this that touch me. So my question that I have had for a long time, but I have not got an answer of it, and I have not find it out on my own. Why did they choose to send me as a woman to Earth? And that is, I don't know if we can get any answer from the spirit. But I ask that. That is my main topic today. If that it's not coming something else from the spirit. So I ask the spirit that is here, that touched me. Why did I didn't need to ask, because he answered me very quick, and he say this that we have failed to send men, and so we test it now to send a female, because you in the spirit, when you were with God and you wanted to come down to Earth one more time, he's educate here now and say this, you have been on Earth 6 times, but as men. And in the beginning it was only to make you go here on Earth to he say here on Earth because he is in my home, and it was education and see how strong you are and where you going in the spirit way. And some people that we choose to be under us, they have to go in many lives. They have to pick up knowledge from those lives. And and he say this, you know how short life is, that you realize when you start to be old how quick life is going. And when you are young you don't see it, because you think you will live forever in that brain, the mindset you have when you are young. But as old you see how quick the life was going. It was almost like yesterday I was a teenager. And so the spirit is saying this, that it is not enough with one lifetime. No, it was a spirit coming in. He really entered into me now. And he said, these people we choose, they have to go around in some lifetimes, not only one. It's too short. And the first lifetime to pick up some. Next lifetime is to pick up more that you didn't understood in the first life, and third life you're going and get more knowledge closer to heaven. And so it's going on until you are full, and you are full educated when you were in the throne room, but you were so humble and you have so much love for us in heaven. So you ask if you could come down one more time, because you saw that how the world was, that it was very bad, and now he's saying something that I have not knowing, because he's inside me now. I feel him inside my body, and he say that we saw that the earth, the planet earth, was not good at all, and we were on our way to close it down. But then you come and ask if you could come down one more time to earth, and we granted you to do that. But as we have failed with all these men sending down, and you have talking to man as a man, and you are talking to people, and they say that they are going to do what you tell them to do, and then when you turn around and you are not there with them, they do something else. And that have going on in generations. So that what we were thinking about here in heaven, that okay, we send her down to earth, and as it was failed to send a man down from earth, and they kill the man we are sending, and they place them in prison, and they burn them and these things, and it doesn't work with man. So we decide us here in the heavenly court to give it a chance, one more chance. He is saying this to me. But in that way we send a woman to see if it makes difference to send a woman. That's why you were born as a woman this time. And it's not ended yet, but it's really on our way to close it, because we see that the world and the church and the tradition and those that think they know God, they are the same. They are the same the whole time. They are only thinking about themselves. So very selfish, the earth, the planet Earth, tell us. And it is very close now that we give up on that planet, this planet that you are in. And it's no one is there to support you and help you to make your life and your walk be more smooth. It's have been hard on you the whole time, and sometimes we have given you some rest, but in the most of your life have it been very, very hard, because people have seen you struggle, people have seen you hurt, people have known your situation, but they are thinking about themselves, and they are listen to the enemies when they are talking to them to not help you. So we have seen it all, and you know it now today. You have asked us in your situation, in your those situation you have been in, that you have could been killed, and you have talked to us, and we have not could answer you because you were not educated yet to could talk to us and listen to us like you do today. And that is also a sign. Your people that listen at your podcast, that they asking for signs of that we are in the last days. And this is the sign that you are one of the big sign from us, that no one have helped you. We come and stop you from making suicide for 22 years ago, and we bring you out in the desert, and the desert means where it's dead, nothing grow. That's what's in United States. When I was homeless, no one helped me in United States, and but the evil one that was in Sweden, he helped me by buying a flight ticket back to Sweden. That's what he did. And those people that have helped me one step, but they have not helped me anymore more than one step, they go angry because they help me. They are not happy that they help me, and that means where it's coming from, because the devil wants me to survive so he can fight with us, fight with me more. What can he do if no one is against him? He don't want to be, he want the war, he don't want the peace. So when the world is like it is today, that no one care about good things, no one say stop with this weird crazy things you do that is on the devil's side, no one stop it. Instead they join it, and so many go away from the church because the church have no message for people anymore. They have no connection with God, so they are all on one level, that you are not in that level anymore. But those that is the churches, most of them are for themselves. They have churches because they don't want to have other job and can't have other jobs, so they get their money, their income from the church. So it's not for God, it's for them they start churches. And people see that it's easy to create money by start a church if you have so much people that you can start. There is lots of children and lots of family, friends and sisters related to you. So you can start a church and create money in that way, but you have no connection with God. But you are a church without connection to God or to heaven. So it's what it is today, and it's very, very late. In fact, you are working on overtime, as we see it in heaven. He went out now, but I still have the energy still inside my body, but it's on its way to go out now. I'm going to drink. I have a soda today. What was the conclusion in what he was saying? I don't know exactly what the Spirit was saying. I was away. I maybe listen at it and find out really what he was saying. But what was he saying about this, that they made me be a woman? That I hear from the Spirit was that they have failed with a man. So they test to send a woman in this time. But it is too much manpower when it comes to religions and traditions in the belief of how it look in heaven and who is God, and very much focus on what is the name of God, and what is it, if Jesus is God, and was he walking like a God here on earth and these things. But it is like it is the devil that have make those churches, religious people to focus on these things, to not make them could move up in more, get more knowledge. They are so much focused on this, and they are focused on a book and not listen to what God is saying to this planet today. They are not listen what heaven want you to do today, and not what was going on in the past. Is historical. The Bible is historical, and you know that most of the history repeats. They repeats, but they are not in the same way, because the world change and going into a new way of doing things. And when they talk about the Bible is it about the past. They are not talking so much about what's going on today. They are living in the past, and the only time most of the churches and traditions talking about is if they want to punish you and screaming at you that you are wrong, then they come up with something in the Bible to tell you. And it is a kind of control over the human race that is going on. And that is not God, because we have freedom in God in that way that we can live in freedom and to know if we have no damage when we is in the mother's womb or when we be born, that if we don't have damage in the brain, we know what is good and what is evil. That we are born with that. If we have a real brain that can working, we know what is good and evil. So there is no doubt that you can choose what is good for you, and you can choose if you want to live evil, because evil things is you envy you people. That's the greed is the biggest sin. When you want the same thing as your neighbor have and you can't get it, then you go and do criminal things to get it. So that's the greed is the biggest sin. And we choose if you want to be greedy. And so greedy is evil things, because we should share with each other and not say that everything is yours, that you can open up for another person and help and give and ask, what can I do for you, instead that they ask, what can you do for me? That is wrong. It's what can I do for you? And I'm glad for my listener, that you're my followers, but you give them money to the church or to something else, and instead of helping me that doesn't have so much money, because I don't have a retirement like other people. I have the lowest you can get, and that is only I have money because I don't smoke or drink alcohol, or I don't go out at a restaurant and eat, and I'm careful to travel also. It must be real, something very that is good for me to be educated of, or something to really relax in, and not travel because I travel, and it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I try to travel in short distance that is some quality over it. Those traveling I do, like to Israel, that is order from God, from heaven to travel there. And my 2 times in the United States have been from heaven to tell me. They have told me. And Africa was also told from God and told from heaven, and that I should go to Portugal. I have not traveled on my own, not in my own wants. I have only traveled in God's will. And this with Israel is in God's will. And that God never look at the money. He don't look at the money and then he say, travel to Israel. He don't do that. He told me to go to Israel. And I have not that money to travel to Israel. But then I got almost immediately money so I could buy the flight ticket to Israel. And when I could buy the flight ticket to Israel, that I understood that was in God's will. Or else I have not got that money. That I don't know where it was coming from. But then when I look at the bank, my bank account again, I saw it was from Nazareth. It's coming, those money from Nazareth. So I understood where it's coming from. I have this Jesus garden outside my home. And Jesus have coming here and talk sometimes in some episodes. Jesus had coming. So he is here in this room together with all the other that is in heaven. So in some way he told me that it was he that gave me the money to buy a flight ticket. But then I realized that the hotel was so very expensive for me because I can't go walking stairs. And most of those cheap hotels, they have stairs. Or else the cheapest is to sleep in a room where both men and women, and they are young. And it's a little scary because I feel like I can be in something criminal things, that they force me to do things. They force me coming into my bed, for example, and I can be killed in that situation. So I'm not into sleeping in a room with many sleeping there, both men and women is it nowadays, and they are drunk and full of drugs when they're coming in. They can do whatever with me. And then I also have an old body, so I need to have a toilet close to me, and that I can't do if I sleep with other people in the room. They be very angry why I'm up the whole night. Sometimes I'm up 3-4 times in the night to go to the bathroom, so it doesn't work. Those very cheap. So it have to be expensive. But I got the money for live I have to short down the days because I didn't get so much money in support. So I maybe don't have so much to could move around in Jerusalem either. But I have, so I can sleep at the hotel at least. So I still need support. But God is not thinking like that. He is leaving that to people to do something. But the answer that I had to go to Jerusalem was that as soon as I knew that I had to go and touch the Golden Gate, that means in Jerusalem, and then I got the money so for the flight ticket. So that was the answer. Oh, it's a hand holding out now. And the spirit that is on me now very much, he's saying this to you. He holding out the hands in the air and to you that listen. And he say that if you feel, when you feel this special in your body, that you feel the energy reaching your body, your mind, your heart. Oh, when it's reaching you, you know that you need to do some help here. She needs your help, and not give the money to the fake churches, but to give it for her to fulfill what we want her to do in Jerusalem. And we know who you are. We know your mindset. We know what you are thinking and what you are doing. So you can't hide. It doesn't work to hide. So he hold the, he's showing me a very strange clothes he have on. It's a dark purple hat and clothes, dark purple, and it's like velvet fiber, and then it's some gold around it. That's very strange clothes he wear, but that means something, but I don't know what it means. Just now I am going to look at it, what it means with almost black, but it's purple, very dark purple, velvet, and with some golden stripe around it. I don't know what it means, but I will check it out, and maybe I remember to talk about it in next episode. So thank you for listening, and God bless you, always bless you. Maybe not in that way that you are thinking, but He bless you. You should know that He bless you when you are still alive in the night, when the whole day you have been protected. That's what He's talking about now. So thank you for listening. And thank you for your support with the money and support with to repost those episodes. Thank you, and spread it to your friend also that this podcast exists. Thank you.